Hey friends, thank you so much for joining me today. I don't know about you, but I'm busy. I have 10 minutes before I have to pick up my son. And I thought maybe you were in the same situation where you didn't have a whole lot of time. So let's flow for 10 minutes. All you need is a mat or floor space or a rug to do this flow on and your body. That's it. Let's begin in a 4-point kneeling position. If you need to roll up your mat or cushion your knees, perfectly fine. But I want to make sure that I'm shifted, shoulders over wrists, knees in line with hips. Pulling my belly in, starting with my Pilates breath. Inhale, I'm looking up towards the ceiling, arching my back, pulling my shoulders away from my ears. Exhale, I'm rounding through the spine, pulling in my belly, tucking my chin, puffing up my shoulders. Good, 2 more times. Inhale, arch through the back, shoulders go down. Exhale, pulling in that belly. Good, strong breaths. One last time. Inhale, look up towards the ceiling. Exhale, puff the shoulders, round the spine. Good, wiggle it out. Again, make sure that weight is evenly distributed between all fours. And then we'll start lateral cat-cow. So now we're shrugging head to hip on one side and then alternating through the other. So I want to inhale, come through center. Exhale, find my C curve. Good. Lateral flexion is so important in the spine. It's important that we move our spine in all directions. Joseph Pilates said, "You're only as healthy as your spine," and I happen to believe him. Good. Let's even out our sides. One last time on the left. Good. One last time on the right. Perfect. Make sure your shoulders stay relaxed, and then we'll begin with our bird dog. So I want to take opposite hand, let's say left hand, right leg. I'm going to start reaching my left arm out in front of me. I'm pulling in my abdominals, and then I'm going to exhale, send my leg out. Flexing my foot, making sure my hips stay even. Good, I'm really reaching, and then I'll start tapping toe and fingers to ground, and then lifting back up. I'm imagining that I'm shooting out as much energy from my hand, my fingers, all the way down my back, all the way to that opposite toe, right? So I'm lifting and lowering. 2 more times. Lifting, lowering. I want to feel the squeeze in my glute. Good. And then I'll bring it back in. I'm going back to that same side bird dog, left arm, right leg, just giving myself a quick little break. I could roll out my wrists if I'm starting to get a little sore. And then I'll come back into my cat-cow position, right? But this time, I want to focus on my bird dog. I want to take left arm, right leg, shoot it out. And this time I'm going at a diagonal. So I'll take my arm out to the left. I'll take my leg out to the right. Good, then I'll pull everything back to center. I could either just focus on my arm, just focus on my leg, or I can continue to do it all together. Bicep stays by ear, and I'm watching my range of motion. I don't want to go too far out and let my hips dip, right? Good. All right, bird dog on the other side. I want to do right arm, left leg. Again, I'll start with my arm and then extend my leg. Fingers are reaching long, abdominals pulling in, hips are level, and then I'll start with my tap, lowering and lifting. Lowering and lifting. Good. I'm doing about 5 to 6 reps. Just really activating through the shoulder, through the back, the core and the glute. Good. And then I'll pull it in, take my break. Option to roll out wrists. Otherwise, you can go straight into the bird dog with that diagonal reach. Again, just use the arm, the leg, or use arm and leg together. I'm going to go together. Arm and leg shoots out. Big inhale. Exhale, I'm going at the diagonal. Inhale, pull to center. Exhale, reach. Good. I'm here for 4, 3, 2, Awesome. Last one, big reach. Pull everything back into center. Good. I'll come to a seated position. Find a child's pose. Knees go wide. Toes can go together. And then my palms are reaching long and wide. Big inhale. Exhale it all the way out. If I wanted to, I could reach my hands behind the small of my back, just releasing the shoulders. Good. And then I'll go ahead and press back up. Arms go long. One last time, really sinking the glutes, pressing through the fingers, and then I can walk it all the way up. I'll sweep my legs in front of me. Whoop. And then using my hands to lower myself down or grabbing around my shins, I can roll back gently, coming onto my back. I'll plant my feet, making sure my hips, knees, and ankles are all in alignment. All right, so I want to make sure I'm hip width distance on the knees and the ankles. Good. Relaxing through the shoulders, pressing palms into the ground. I'll start with my articulating bridge. So first, let's just tuck the pelvis and then untuck it. It's such a small move that if I was watching you, I would barely be able to see what you're doing. But I'm essentially tucking, rolling the tailbone all the way back while keeping my low back and hips, tailbone, grounded into the mat. Good, and then I'm untucking. So it's almost as if I'm getting a nice lumbar stretch or squishing a grape as I tuck that tailbone, roll it all the way back. And then I'm creating that little space for a mouse to crawl through underneath the small of my back. All right, so tucking, untucking, that's called pelvic rocks. Once you feel your spine has loosened up enough, we can begin with that articulating bridge. Arms are long by your side. Big inhale to prepare. Exhale, tuck the tailbone, roll the hips all the way back, and then slowly peel up hips, low back, mid back, until you're high on your shoulder blades. We want to squeeze the glutes, lift the hips high, keeping the knees hip width distance. They're not fanning out, they're not knocking in together. Good. I'm engaging the front side of my body just as much as the back, right? So I'm pulling in my ribs, upper abs, lower abs are all connected. Good. And then I'll come down the same exact way I went up, one vertebrae at a time. Upper back comes down, mid back, low back, rolling through that spine. And then I'm down on my pelvis again. Awesome. Go ahead and rock it side to side. We'll do that one more time. Big inhale. Exhale, rolling through the tailbone, the low back, the mid back, until I'm high up on the upper back. I'm feeling a nice little thigh stretch. I'm squeezing my glutes. Good. And then I'll go ahead and slowly roll down one vertebrae at a time. Good. Taking it into my regular bridge. I want to focus on that flat back. I'm going to hinge instead of articulate. So this time, it's almost like my pelvis is on an elevator. I'm going to lift my hips while keeping my back flat. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, lift the hips, squeeze the glutes, keeping that back nice and straight, nice and flat, lowering it down. Good, one more time. Hinge up, squeeze at the top, maybe hold for 3 to 5 seconds, and then lower down. Good, 2 more times. Touch the ground, reset that spine. Exhale, lift. Good. Lower down and lift. Good, last time. Lower down, big inhale to prepare. Exhale and lift. One tip I'd like to tell you is if your hamstring starts to cramp, you can walk your heels in a little bit. If your knees feel like they're jamming up, you can walk the feet out a little bit, right? So choose the distance of feet, heels away from your glute that works for your body. Good, go ahead and lower down. Awesome, pull the knees in, rock side to side. Just let any tension in that low back go, you don't need it. Awesome, and then we'll end with our toe taps today, our abs. So to begin, You'll go ahead and send your legs into tabletop. We want knees in line with hips, knees in line with ankles. All right, once you're feeling nice and level and even, you'll pull in the belly, press fingertips into the ground or hold on to the edges of the mat. And then I'm going to tap my right toe down like I'm tipping it in a little pool of water. And then I'll slowly pull it back up, right? So I'm setting my foot down and then picking it up. No momentum, right? I'm not going fast. I want to use the control in my body. I'm using my breaths. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, lower down. Good. If I'm feeling good here, I'll lower my toe down and then I'll send that leg out straight like I'm flicking water. Pull it back into tabletop. Same thing on the other side. Send that toe down, flick the water, pull it back into tabletop. Good. I'll do 2 more each side. That's one on my right, one on my left. Good. One more time each side. Good. Knees come down, feet come down. I'll add in my upper abs, fingertips by my ears. I'll think about lifting my head, neck, chest all at once. Big inhale. Exhale, really lift. I'm keeping my low back, tailbone grounded, and then slow release down. Inhale to reset, recover. Exhale to lift. Good. If I wanted to, I could cradle my head with my hands as long as I'm not pulling on my neck, just for a little bit of support. Good. 3 more and then we'll end our flow. Here we go. 3, 2. Good. Last one. Really lift. We're going to hold at the top. You got this. Good. Go ahead and relax down. Beautiful. Arms can come by your side. You can hold on to the backs of your hamstrings to help assist yourself up. And that's it. That was our quick little flow today. I hope you feel re-energized and good. We worked our glutes, our abs, and also got a little breathing in there. Have a great day and hope to see you soon for more.